Right, so hi everyone, bit of a funny angle, but there's a story behind this. Oh, and my eyes just got guided down to Love is Patient, Love is Kind, the Corinthians, which actually just reminds me, they did get me to pick that up in the living room. Wait a minute, too much is happening already. If you're new, you'll soon see what happens around here. Yeah. So that's the building thing that I was joking about with the last video, but I wasn't joking. Um, that there was a giant seagull at the window and it was trying to go off with a bit of driftwood. Um, so I'm more vigilant now. I'm always very vigilant anyway, but I'm hyper vigilant now because it was a massive seagull and I was like, yeah, anyway, very interesting. But I was laughing because I usually keep that beside the window and I thought better not, I flew off with that. But anyway, love is patient, love is kind, always protects, always trusts, always hopes. So again, you can look at the longer version of that. But like I said, that's my favourite one. It's really the only one I knew before I was reading all of these. It's not about the only one. But anyway, and welcome if you're new. My name's Claire. Everything I do is channeling, meaning that everything I say during this is going to make sense to whoever needs to hear the messages, whether it's just a couple of words of it or all of the words of it or bits of it, you know what I'm saying? And everything I do is to help you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. Everybody actually has feminine and masculine within them, but everybody is absolutely not a twin flame. So that's the important bit to get about this. It's a very unique, painful, beautiful, hauntingly beautiful journey. You would know if you're on it, basically. And yeah, and the thing that's unique about my calling is it is only twin flames that I've helped for the past 10 years. Um, Anybody, up until recently, anybody that ever goes ahead to book with me, um, definitely online, basically. But there's exceptions every now and again in person. Like, so say if it's like a friend, or I meet people in a different kind of way in person, every now and again I might get called to do healing for somebody or a reading or something, but majority of the time it's always twin flames, right? That's the most important thing to know. So, but like I said, even online now, I'm open to the fact that more people might be getting guided to me to help for me to help you on your path in some sort of way, because at the end of the day, I read about twin flames all the time, but like I said, everything I do is clearing and healing energy. So although I'm using a lot of cards, I'm always clearing and healing energy, right? So even if people don't logically realize that or kind of really take that on board, that if I do a card reading for someone, I'm clearing your energy, I'm healing you. Um, that's the case. Of course, everybody knows that. Sorry, this is mucking about with it. Again, it's a funny angle because it's a bit risky actually. I'm going to move this after so I explain what it's about. So that was really quite magical. So this is Mediumship Monday as well. So this is the one where I hold more space for the loved ones in spirit coming in. And I very much suspect with this one, I mean, I don't know in what ways she'll make it known, but I can already see my eyes are being drawn to my great granny's teacup. Well, I hold the crystals and it needs a wee bit, sorry about the clinking there, it needs a wee bit of a clean up, but I keep that there. That's my great granny in spirit that guides me a lot when I'm doing the mediumship. But my Nana, it's her. I actually thought it was her 10th anniversary of her passing today, but it's actually in a couple of days. And one of the most magical things or mystical that I find about when my Nana passed was I can't remember if it was a year after or 2 years after. It might have even been more than that. That's the bit I can't remember, but all I remember is when my Nana died, her sister died like directly 2 years after her or something, or it was like, so again, it might have even been longer than that or a year, but whatever it was, they died on the same day. So that bit I am sure of, and it reminds me of and the point is they were very close. Like they did everything together. Do you know what I mean? They were like, yeah, they were besties, but. So I thought that was kind of magical, and it reminded me of when that happened. Well, actually, I don't know if it would have been when that happened because they might not have even died. Again, this is what I mean. Yeah, no, one they probably actually would have still been alive. But anyway, however, because again, listen, I channel past, present, future, and I get so mixed up about everything. Like that's why I'm always like, oh, 10 years ago, and then when I think about it, I'm like, fucking hell, that was more like 14 years ago. But whatever. What I'm trying to say is, two of my favourites, Louise Hay being the biggest one, because really, I'm a very modern. Well, that's why I titled myself Modern Mystic. Um, you know, I'm very modern in the way of I bring all of Louise Hay's self-love teaching and, you know, mix and match it with my shamanic teaching and just really all the different bits and bobs. The therapy too, because she was a counsellor as well. But yeah, self-love is what I've been preaching and teaching for the past 10 years online anyway, and learning and teaching people about that for way longer, really, wherever they were in my life. But yeah, Wayne Dyer and her, they both died on the same day a couple of years apart too. So there might be some weird synchronicity here about maybe somebody else's like I mean that's actually, so that's kind of beautiful because that's like, you know, that's sisters and the other one is like friends because they were very close. Um and the thing is, you might have, if you've followed me for years, you'll have heard me say this before, but when Wayne Dyer died, I actually got all the thinking, like I felt it before I actually saw it. I felt it, and I actually happened to be listening to one of his videos on YouTube. Like, I think it might have been about like, you know, wishes fulfilled or something like that. Or if it wasn't that, it was just basically. I can even see it now. Like he's on a state. I think he's wearing white, and it was just, you know, it was basically whenever he's got the speech in it about what you think about right before you fall asleep really influences you. And again, you know, that heavily influenced, you know, everything that I do really, again, because that's why I love hypnotherapy too. It's true. Everything that you put into your subconscious right before you fall asleep is very important. So, you know, be careful what you're watching or what you're thinking about right before you fall asleep. But anyway, and then I think the same Louise Hay, I remember it very clearly. I remember I was meeting my pal at the gym and I was bawling my eyes out when I saw my phone. And she thought like she thought my actual granny. Ah, so there you go. My nana must have still been alive or whatever, I don't know. But she thought somebody close to me had actually died, like in my family or something, because of how upset I was. So again, there might be, again, I'm really sorry if there's been a recent passing or something of someone's granny or something like this, or anyone in your life, or if or if it's a long time ago like me and you're just, you know, missing someone. But yeah, the reason why these are sitting here is, so one of the signs for my nana, the signs that my nana chose to give me, I think are hilarious because they're so generic, and I think it's like, it's the spirit world having a laugh because I'm like, right, for fuck's sake, could it not have been something unique and original, right? Because I like to be different. But the signs that my nana always comes through is a robin and a rose. Now, I see the roses all the time for Mary Magdalene energy too, but it just depends. Sometimes I know it's my nana, sometimes I know it's like a Mary Magdalene kind of energy. Sometimes I know it's for me, sometimes I know it's for someone else. And robins, I tend to attract a lot of clients that, you know, robins mean a lot to, but again, robins, honestly, robins is like a generic sign for love and spirit, right? But and also it's like a wee guide that I work with, like to deliver the messages I see as I don't. Anyway, so this is, you know, because I'd be here like for hours if I had to describe all the different animals and birds and that come in. Because I just looked at a dog when I said that too. And so what does that say actually? I love and accept myself, and I'm a magnet for wonderful friendships. So, and so 10th of August could be significant here. Now that's interesting because when I was talking about Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer, it was August if I remember right. I think it was the end of August or something. And then I just got guided to this too. No matter where you go, no matter what we do, you'll always be there for me and I'll always be there for you. So this so again, something to do with any of these like Pinky Promise or the Celtic Knots or something could be significant as well. That was something that I'd got for yeah, a beautiful friend in my life there that I've actually lost touch with as this happened again, but I lost touch with everyone. Again, it's it's one of these things that, you know, it's always there. You always think of the person when you see it, but so yeah, I'm going to move this now because it's not wise when that's actually my laptop. Yep, I know, not wise. So, but yeah, this is important too. So I feel that's, so we'll leave that there and we'll leave this here. But that's, and this is, I'm not going to talk too much of these things. Again, listen, it's 10 years since my nana passed and it's a lot of time since, yeah, just basically a lot of it. But basically, like, so when I went through my room and I was like, right, wait a minute, what is, I can't work out why that's doing that, right? Maybe it's not exact, is it? But there, that's a bit better. yeah, basically when I was like, right, because I was maybe going to go on camera, I was maybe going to do a live, and I thought, nah, I really just don't feel like it, right? Because I've actually loved, um, and again, if you're new, pay attention to everything I'm saying, because this might be how one uses feelings more than likely. How one of you feels. See, I can't even talk. It's like I've really loved the silence this weekend, and I've loved the not channeling or filming any videos. And up until late last night, I hadn't shuffled any cards. And the only reason I did is because the wee Jesus deck was kicking about in my room. Now, I don't usually keep cards in my room unless, I'd been very low energy and I decided to film one of these. Like, because I did hesitate for that earlier. But again, I'm just trying to sort of trace back. Yeah, so like yesterday, I just did not stop. I done so much housework. And really, I've been tracking it privately. Like, I've been making notes in here and there, like the differences in myself. But there's some really, I'm just having a lot of weird, like cool but weird, welcome changes to things I normally find quite difficult. I'm finding really easy. Like more, it's strange really. So again, I've made notes to myself, and then I'll share that when at the right sort of time. And I feel what they're trying to tell me is like those of you that are merging with your twin, or you've already went through that soul merge, I really do feel this is, and when I say really do feel, that means it's a stronger message. I really do feel you could be noticing that yourself, like things that you normally find, whatever it is in any area of life, things that you normally find more difficult, you're just seemingly able to do it like a lot easier, and you're like, oh right, okay. Like everyday sort of things, like you're able to keep on top of it. Is because like I was at the housework like all day yesterday, and I actually really got into it, and I really loved it, and I got a lot done, and I got things done that I've been like needing to get done for months and months, just like clothes that I've left like piled up that I need to put away, and just decluttering, and that's really it. And then look, they just pulled my eyes to that past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. Yeah, so like karmic lessons of mine that I'm like, why did I never seem to be able to finish that task? I've completed them like in like a day. So that's what I mean. So I feel if you're a divine feminine, you could be feeling that yourself, right? And they're also pulling me. Wait a minute, they're pulling me a joy card over there, which I suppose I shouldn't moan about. What does this say? Oh, interesting. And this one, and um, and that's where I felt honestly, because I'm like got so much energy and I was getting loads of stuff done. But I feel, yeah, it could be like the divine masculines, regardless of your gender, you could be experiencing the same. Like, so it could go both ways basically. Like things that you normally find easy to do, you might be finding like, oh, I'm not finding that as easy to do. I haven't noticed that yet, but I've definitely noticed, oh wow, this feels like it's something's balancing out within me. It's just hard to explain. So yeah, for any divine masculines watching, regardless of your gender, you could be experiencing either. You could be experiencing the same. Like, wow, I normally find it really hard to connect my feelings, or I normally find it really difficult to trust my intuition, even if I know what I'm being told. Blah blah blah. I get confused and I get too stuck in my head, right? But or you could be experiencing it on the not so nice side, that you could be like, right, wait a minute, I'm normally able to do this, or I'm normally able to shut off and overwork and whatever, whatever different people do out there. And yeah, you're just, it's I definitely feel there's something going on. And so that's what I feel guided to say just now, because again, I'm still kind of processing quite a lot. It's just really, really cool. But again, the only things that I would know are like huge differences in myself. Shuffling another scripture. So this says, joy is the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create present and future moments at our highest potential levels. I'm laughing because those words feel very Louise Hay and very Wayne Dyer put together. So who knows? Maybe because I was so inspired by them when they were alive, and obviously their work lives on. Maybe they're coming in to influence. It wouldn't be the first time actually, coming in to influence this as well. So, and like I always say, I was obsessed with dolphins when I was younger, so I always feel that's a bit of my own inner child magic coming in. And then look, that was the one I got pulled over there too. Get over yourself, pull your shit together, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. Well, that's what this channel is all about when I'm on here, especially when I when I don't really feel like doing it, basically. Do you know what I mean? When I really don't feel like doing it, I basically don't do it, right? And I'd put a wee post about it, like, guys, I'm really not feeling up to it. But it's not because I'm not feeling good or anything. It's actually because I'm feeling really great and I'm getting loads of shit done. And like right now, it's hilarious. Like I'm actually standing here in my wee like silky PJ. Like, do you know what I mean? Like just because it's, I mean, it's hot. I'm, yeah, basically standing here in my wee PJs, but I've got like my trainers on, and it looks like I'm about. Now I would not go a run like this because for obvious reasons what I just said, but it's like you know, I'm just like, it's like when you're on your own and you're just getting loads of housework done and you're just, listen, I know the girls or the women out there hear me especially, do you know what I mean? You've got your hair in a messy bun getting shit done and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling good. That's how I'm feeling. But if honestly, I actually recorded a video, I think it was only a week ago, and I did not feel like this. And it's because Mars was actually hitting my Chiron really badly. So yeah, and so I was, I kind of, yeah, basically I wanted to kind of just track how I was feeling and wait till it passed, and like I thought, oh, it'll kind of pass Friday, and then like I said, it did, and then I started to feel really great. So I'm just kind of putting this warning out because you know you'll have to check in your own chart, or but if any of you do actually have Chiron and Gemini too, which like I said, a lot of you will, and you know that listen to me, if you do experience kind of similar, like, you know, I'm just trying to think, like, I mean, I did film a video, so, but I'm not put, well, I might, I'll try and find it, I don't know where I put it, but, like, it's on the phone somewhere kind of thing, but, I just remember from memory, I just felt like shit, like, I didn't have any energy, didn't really want to do anything, and I think I felt really sad as well, and I just knew it wasn't collective, do you know what I mean? It would be a bit collective, but I knew it was me, and that's what led me to look, and I was like, oh shit, Mars is just went into Gemini and it's hit my fucking Chiron. Do you know what I mean? Because Chiron is the way. It's specifically, I would say it's because I've got 0 degrees Chiron in Gemini. So you know that's again another like my 0 degrees Pluto. It's one of the powerful, potent ways that I heal twin flame specifically. Both those placements, I would say. And especially because mine is in the house of love, you know, it's a big reason that why I've been single for 2 decades, and B, why I spend my whole life dedicated to healing the lovers. You know, like I've said before, even if my twin flame decides like that, I'm not coming back, see you in the next life kind of thing, but you're not going to see me in the next life because this is my last life. I've done fucking repeating the patterns. I've still got to do this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I can get really, really bored of it. And that's what I'm saying just now. I feel I'm going to stick to the daily lives as in it'll be Tuesday to Friday, 1 o'clock UK time. Check what it is for you. But if I don't stick to it in Leo season, right, like this August, then I feel I'll definitely get to it from like Virgo season. So like from kind of, you know, towards the end of August onwards and stick it through the winter. So that's basically my plan. But, you know, they've guided me to do it now. So but in saying that, it's quite funny. The first day at it, which was really Friday, tomorrow I have got shit to do. So I might I've got to I've got to get out and about in the world, so I might not actually get back in time to do it tomorrow, but I might. So I'll just need to see. But I'll do it. I'll do it later on if I don't. Like I'll maybe do it tomorrow night, and then I wondered if I was being told to have one later at night on the Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? I'll either do a late night one on a Tuesday or a Thursday. So anyway, I'm just trialing it all. So anyway, what's the scripture message? So if any, but basically, so this blue cloth that this is lying on, of course, was my nana's, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's not a coincidence that when I was trying to find something to cover the laptop, although the laptop's very beautiful because it's that kind of it's that rose gold colour. I just thought, no, it's already a bit dodge doing that, but yeah, that was my nana's, so that was quite special. And also, when I first started doing the readings, the personal readings in my house, and when I done them in the crystal shop, I actually used this cloth, you know, because it was like, because my nana hadn't been, she'd only been passed a couple of years at that point. So yeah, it's really special. So I might integrate this in again, but I definitely know that's my nana saying hi. And then this is very special to me too. Now I did always say my nana was my wee best pal, but that was that's something that I had in memory of of someone really close to me in spirit as well. So, but again, and I won't kind of talk about this all too much because I'll start crying. But it's kind of like I said, it doesn't really matter how long people have been passed, does it? It can evoke, a lot of memories and trauma. And actually, because I was just talking about Chiron, Chiron is your wounds. So I'm talking from a place of my healed wounds right now. Right, that's what I love about astrology. Oh yeah, past life. Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm talking from my past life, from my past in this life though. Um, but um, let's get it might come out again. That'll be funny if the love is patient, love is kind comes out again. But I definitely feel as long as those as well as those magical synchronicities happening, right? As well as I'm not kidding, I didn't just get that mug because Robins are signing my nat. Like I was using that mug anyway, right? So my nan obviously influenced me to use it because she knew this was going to happen. So you drinking my cold tea there? But I also feel this could be, it's going to tie into either like, you and your twin flames. Any of the things are shown actually, any of the things that are shown, like could have been something between you and your twin flame, or you called them your bestie or your best pal or your best friend or something like that, or you just felt like that privately yourself. I feel there's all these synchronicities like that going on, but and then they just pulled me to that card again when I said that. You made me realise my flaws. And again, because it feels quite poignant that it's I'm like, what am I going to do? It's the final of it's the Love Island final tonight. So yeah, I always feel a bit lost when it finishes because I'm like, oh, like, do you mean I just love having, I love the routine, I think it's because my son shines in the house of routine, Virgo. Like I love having something to watch like that. Like and over the weekend I've been watched New Girl and I absolutely love it. So there might be a unique message here for Jess or anyone called Jess or Jessica, because it's like, who's that girl? It's Jess. And then I thought that's hilarious. If I'd been on the ball when Jess was new, I could have been like, look, we've got a new girl. Anyway, but that's like my past life because I really fucking loved that when it came out, and because it came out in 2012, like that was right in my heartbreak. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's quite, that probably really, not probably, that would have definitely really healed me watching that, although it probably would have killed me too because of all the tension and the romance going on, the undertone of but it's hilarious. I forgot how like quirky the humor is, so fucking weird and eccentric and quirky, and it's just brilliant, man. Like from the very start, like it's on series 1, but again, I did manifest that because remember when I was like, I really want to watch it, and I went to Prime, and it was charging you something crazy like a fiver. If I don't know, I don't know if it was a fiver every episode, but like say it was like $2.99 for, I don't know, it was. And again, I don't mind paying it if it's going to be worth it, but it was something kind of nuts, right? When I thought, I bet it will come on the telly anyway. And then, but I hadn't seen it on the telly anywhere, you see. And then, yeah, I was right. It's so, but what will probably happen is it'll only show you a few, and then I'll be hooked. I'll have to go and buy it, but that's fine. But I'm really loving it. It's like, it's absolutely hilarious. So if you can watch that, if you've never seen New Girl, it is really, really good. And that's what I said in the community tab. I was like, I forgot that whole thing, and that she watches Dirty Dancing over and over again. Like, I'm guilty of that. Watching a few films that I love over and over again, actually, in programmes. And just randomly singing. Well, I don't need to explain that one. But do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Look at what I was just saying. Yeah, I don't. You know what I mean? Do not be conformed to the world. Conformed to the world. But I'm not. I just own my weirdness. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Psalms, palms, whatever. I've went back to not being able to say it. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say the number because I just get tongue tied. 19th of January could be significant there. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Oh, that's lovely. And I can feel the healing going in my heart. So when I heal I heal others too. Yes, that's not a Freudian slip, or it is rather. When I feel the heat on the back of my heart, that's always a sign for me that the heart healing is coming in if you're open to it. And like I said, I do feel there's a mixture of Louise Hay's energy about like Wayne Dyer kind of energy, and like well, definitely my nana. But again, my nana, my guides and that are always around me, right? So, but it's just again, she's very, very close because, well, probably because I was actually thinking it was today. Like, and I'm not. That's what's strange as well. I'm not normally wrong about shit like that. So I don't know why I got in my head it was today. But do you know what is today? Today is the 9th anniversary of when I set up this YouTube channel. So that is, that is quite special. But I mean, it really does kind of show you like 9 years, and I'm only like what are we? So just me. We're 1,194 strong. But I mean, when you think about like how that can happen overnight for some people, it is kind of funny, and it's just, don't don't judge your journey, whether it's something to do like with social media or here or anywhere in life, because everyone's journey is different. Because I know the story behind that is, my fear, basically. So I just self-sabotaged and I dilly-dallied, and it's basically because I knew from the get-go, I had the visions of it, I knew I was meant to be talking about twin flames. I was like, how the fuck can I do that in this situation? But somehow I worked it out, and yeah, here we are. It's quite interesting. So although it's the 9 year anniversary, I would kind of see it as like the 3 year anniversary when it gets to Christmas, because that's when I started talking more about twin flames, and then it was from the February that I started homing it in and sharing more wee, just intimate, well, not like that. Kind of that would be too exaggerated, guys. I'm only joking. Well, I think, yeah, just my wee personal stories and stuff. That was quite funny though, wasn't it? Right, so so I'm just going to go with the flow of this, right? Because I'm already 27 minutes in. Oh, and there's our Kali card already. So she appears fierce and yet she is benign. Her oracle brings the message that a situation which may frighten or intimidate you, look at what I just said, is well within your capacity to handle. And it was. No matter how dramatic or intense the situation may appear to be at this time, it shall eventually be a little more than a passing memory and not have any negative bearing upon your future. Right, so that's what I'm kind of saying is I fear. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. I keep doing that. I meant to say I feel, but yeah, I fear. So I feel somebody has got a lot of fear about. So remember, this can make sense to a whole load of the collective. So I feel I'm channeling where a lot of the masculines are. I feel how somebody's operated from their shadow side in the past. Now, this can go as deep as in past lives too, but we're dealing with this life. There's a lot of fear there about how to move forward now, like how to come, like, because we've got the love is patient, love is kind. Because basically, this is where the feminines are at, right? My bestie always, love is patient, love is kind, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always has faith. Because that's the one thing I've always said about my journey is I've just never given up hope that my twin would remember, basically. Um, and remember in the sense to spiritually wake up, because that's what can be confusing about this journey is when you don't understand that whole spiritually awake, spiritually asleep thing. You're like, how can this person just 1 minute act like this and now they're acting like this and now it's like a stranger in that, like that song, like now you're just somebody that I used to know kind of thing. But it is because of that. And then all the other shit that I don't want to dig up, all the karmic stuff and the manipulation of that, because although it'll probably come out with that card because I've got that deck sitting there. It is just that, it's all designed the way it's meant to be. But I really do feel that there's something about like somebody's scared, but it's like if when you can get over that feeling of like being intimidated or like how scared you are and how intense this situation is that you have to face, it's going to be a passing memory. And it's not going to, it's not, it's more, I feel they're saying it's more going to be like you're going to be happy that you trusted your intuition and followed the call rather than suppressed your feelings and ignored your intuition. Yeah, so that I feel that fits. And then on the bottom we've got your heart cannot be contained or constrained by what is taking place in your life. Your heart, wisdom, and empowerment is growing, and soon you shall have the wisdom and courage to accomplish something significant to your soul's journey. Yeah, this is absolutely about people taking a leap of faith, and that is we're in Leo season, following your heart, we're in Taurus moon, which is about grounding the physical. And I'm just realising, and I'm saying this, it's probably conjunct Uranus now, or at some point. Is this real time? Let me just update this. No, it's not. That'll change. So, yeah. So yeah, pretty much. So and it's like getting into it's 28 degrees just now. But that is a bit chaotic in itself. I was born on the 28th degree. Oh, mine is pretty much the 29th degree, which is the anaretic degree, which is very chaotic. But like I've said before, my twin's also that degree too, because I know that because of when his birthday is. I actually can attract a lot of people that are like, the one that before it changes to the next sign. Probably because I understand how chaotic that energy can be when you're born on any zodiac sign, just at that degree. But what this means is because it's conjunct Uranus, planet of unpredictable and, expect unexpected. And this looks like a Twinflame card on the bottom. Yeah, look. Wait a minute, I'll just read the rest of this because I don't think I read it all, did I? You shall soon have the wisdom and the courage to accomplish something significant to your soul's journey. Trust in the invisible workings of divine love, in your life. Let your heart be at peace as it guides you onward. Yeah, so I feel only you're going to know what that really means. But I'm just, when I said that about the Love Island final too, what's sticking out to me is, because I've been going on about Joey Essex so much, that's what I feel will really stand out to me the most about this year was, wow, he showed his shadow side. Like, it was really, really dark. Like, he showed a side of him that, I've seen some reflection there and some accountability, but not really enough, and when even I saw him, it's funny, right after I said that he hasn't said sorry, he then literally did say sorry. So I think maybe he had, but it still didn't feel very genuine, because it was like he was saying sorry to people, then he was still bringing up their past, and like in a quite a nasty way actually. And then let's see how this is fitting. But it's, because he got kicked out last night brutally, which I have to say that, if the people that are watching Love Island, if you're not watching Love Island, just sort of bear with me this bit, but it did seem like karma, because he did shit on quite a lot of people while he was in there. Like, a lot of the women he didn't treat very nicely at all, like, and he didn't apologise either, as I've just look, as he's just pulled me to that. Apology, forgiveness, return, and sorry. Like, what I just say, that's so crazy. And then particularly the first one, because he brutally stayed with her for 2 weeks, right? And like, just to basically stay in the game. And then when somebody that he liked came in, which he then brutally dumped her too, he just cast her aside. So again, unfortunately, this could have some sort of meaning to people watching. It could either be how you feel you've been treated at one point, or this could be how you feel you've treated others. Let's face it, it's going to be either or. But it doesn't need to be either or. But no, it feels like it is going to be. I'm just carrying on with this. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I do feel he might go through some sort of spiritual awakening when he watches back his behaviour. But like I said, because I've grown up watching his family members on the telly and that around him, and they're got heavy narcissistic traits. Like, I can think of his cousin on that programme who is exact same. Like, literally never says sorry, never takes accountability. Like, once she even went off with somebody's felly, like, I can't, what happened again there? I think she was off palsy-walsy with someone. And then it was like, it turned out she was like sort of fooling around mum, and she never even said so. Anyway, do you know what I mean? Just one of them, kind of like, can do no wrong. But quite intimidating. Like, she's a Scorpio actually. Again, remember, Scorpio's my favourite sign, but she's a Scorpio, and it was felt like, leader of the pack, bully, basically. That's what I'm describing. So, if that's who he's been influenced by, it's not the best, is it? And then I'm sure she went through a bit of a remorseful kind of, but anyway, just one of them, that they can do no wrong and throw their weight about, and even if they're not, kind of scare people, because that's what I saw him do. I saw him being like quite intimidating, like, even though he knew he was wrong, and he just comes out with stupid shit like, you melt and all that, and you know, and when you start fucking name calling, that just shows limited intelligence. When you start calling people names, you've lost it. Do you know what I mean? I've always felt that. But anyway, the point is, he's out the game now anyway, and I did feel that was a bit of karma because he was never going to win it being like that because the public always see what people are like. But anyway, with all of them that are in it, you know, it's like, although it's a bit of a boring ride, I do feel that there's a Welsh couple that basically neither of their heads were turned. If anything, he was with somebody else right at the start, and he took the risk to be with her. Well, that's so clever. So that's going to be part of this, yeah. Because he was paired with someone else, and then that caused a bit of a hoo-ha right at the start, which I found was ridiculous because you've just met him. But yeah, somebody could be breaking away from somebody else to follow their heart because they're now in love. I mean, they were saying "I love you" weeks ago, and it feels very genuine. So I would be quite happy to see them win. They're not my favourite couple in them, but I just think fairness-wise, you know, the fact that they stayed true and they stayed loyal, and she was very insecure, but it looks like he's helped her to feel more secure in herself, and you know, and that's, I mean, you have to find that in yourself. So that's, I'm just using this as an example. Although it's real life, like, you know, they might come up against more hurdles because she has to find that in herself. Again, that's relevant to the twin flame journey, and I was reflecting on that a lot earlier today. You know what I mean? That's when that could be the most heartbreaking part of this journey is, although you really miss the person, you want to be around them because they're that, so they're half your soul. You just can't, you know. I mean, when you feel energetically, or if you've actually seen them in person, and you can feel that self-love hasn't been activated in them, you know, like, or they're nowhere near it, or you know, or nowhere you're doing this work, you can't be around them because you're going to feel, you know what I mean, you're just going to feel it on such an intense level. You're going to feel that they don't love themselves, and it could even feel like they don't love her like you. So, you know, that's what I've always known about this journey, is like, from helping so many people and just being so, you know, just very aware. Like, it was something that was always said with the crazy ride that happened on my counselling journey. That was the one thing that was always said, was people really learn from how raw and honest I am, but also just how self-aware I am. And that's, you know, that can be the drawback, is I couldn't be one of these divine feminines that turns a blind eye if mine had wanted to, you know, just, you know, hook up with me now and again and whatever and keep it casual. Like, you know, it just wouldn't have worked. But like I said, mine's is unique in the ways that we did do that for many years, until it was like complicated, because it's like, right, this isn't going to work because you're not going to be anything serious, and I can't keep doing this kind of thing. They just put me down to that. But then also what they're drawing me to that is, you know, what can kind of happen there sometimes is, I feel what can happen to a lot of twin flames is, if you do express any kind of feelings, the person could then confusingly then go and get into something serious, and you think, well, how can you get into something serious with somebody else, but you couldn't do that with me? But it feels like you like me more than them, and it's because they're intimidated. You know, they're intimidated by this intense love. Yeah, so again, that goes without saying, but that really felt like, so anything else to say here? Yeah, but I don't know, kind of when I'm thinking of who's going to win that, I'm not making a psychic prediction here, I'm just kind of thinking like fairness wise, because it's like either the other two couples where it's like, you know, the two were paired, and then again, I'm still standing by, like, I think there is feelings there that may surface at some point further down the line, you know. Like, I think they might find each other again years later or something, but they might never know. But if they're in the public eye, we will find out at some point. But and then yeah, the other couple, I mean, nah, I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't be like, oh, I don't want them to win, but they're quite genuine, so she is anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely the Welsh couple for me, to be honest, but. Maybe Mimi and Josh, because she's been on a bit of a journey. Anyway, people that don't watch Love Island, just, you know, never mind. But yeah, look, this one, that feels very twin flamey, so let's read this. Significant inner shifts are taking place. Energies are beginning to move in new ways. You may feel the resolution. I feel sweaty because I was holding it for that long. It's hard to pin down at times. Lean into unfamiliar territory with boldness and tempered patience. My God, I hope that's not a channeled message. That's all sweaty because I mean, God, you might be, I don't know, getting down and dirty with somebody there to be channeling that. Boldness tempered by patience, you will become capable of many things at many levels that you were not capable of accomplishing previously. You shall arise, a fresh path is signified. Yeah, there's definitely something about something ending, fresh path signified. I'm just laughing at how past life, shadow side and apology does fit with it does fit with the Love Island chat too. So even if you don't know the people, you don't know the fit, it does fit. Like, people will get it if they're watching it. So what because I was talking about this, and then look at all of these 2 decks together, and look what's sitting on the top. And I had another deck on top of that, so I didn't know that that was on the top. So what they're trying to tell me is, you didn't know this. Obviously, if you were the one being manipulated, you didn't realise this was happening. But I feel you do now. Well, I let people manipulate me and it goes in you. Somebody can clearly see that that is what has happened. And again, this is why I'm glad to have had the weekend's break, because the messages are always the same. You're always on my mind. That card came out loads last week from what I remember as well. But let's see what else come out. So somebody can see now. And oh my God, look what I just said. I want you, I can't help wanting you sexually, right? Okay, and it's in the same place as I said that other thing. Your energy excites me and your body and mind turns me on. I want you right now, don't care about anything else. So you're always on someone's mind, and they definitely want to hold you, going by what I channeled previous to that card coming out. And I'm excited, and then that fits with other cards. I'm looking forward to our future. I just need to let go of my past. Please wait for me. So somebody could be actively trying to close a chapter of their past, and they have been working on themselves, and they're not the same as before. See how it fits with what I'm saying about Love Island? Like, that, I feel Joey is going to, I feel he's going to go through, he's already went through huge transformations from being very immature and grown up in the telly, and you know, and then he went to therapy and everything. I remember watching, and it's kind of like, or seen him say it. I used to watch sometimes on this celebrity therapy program. They had celebrity. I can't remember. I think he might be one of them. But anyway, you know, that's why I think they were giving me that example. Like, I think he's going to watch himself back and cringe and go through another. And also, that girl he's paired with is lovely, but there is a bit of a worry there that he could, overpower her a bit. They're making out like not, but I could see see that happening. But it's definitely humbling her anyway. But she's humbling him anyway. I need to work on myself. I'm trying to clear my head, and that actually kind of reminds me. I remember years and years and years ago, I was doing a bit of my secret squirrel work online, as we'll call it, and I was talking to somebody, and in front of others, basically, in front of an audience, and that is what they all said, was that I humbled the man I was talking to, because we're both twin flames. And and they hadn't really seen that. Like, this was somebody that was usually quite well, basically, not like quite confident in that, and they saw how his energy changed when I was talking to him. So what else? I ran because I wasn't ready for you. I'm scared you will reject me. Wow, see how it's making sense? This is, again, that's what I said at the start. This person is afraid they fucked it up because of how much in their shadow they were, because of how much they went into their shadow. Because as well, when I've been observing that, for the Love Island lurkers, is that the second one he did ditch the first girl for, because that really was, he wasn't bothered about her. I kind of feel he was intimidated by her, and he sabotaged it, and then that's why he was so nasty. He was just so unnecessarily nasty to her. And at first I was a bit fooled, and I thought, because I thought, maybe he is right, she does fancy him, because she did, but it was like, then I think she quickly went off him because he was being so nasty, and I just feel he was projecting. Like, I think he still fancies her, but he didn't feel good enough, so he was being so nasty to her. But I don't even think he could see that himself. But I could see there's something like that. Like, I could see, because she's now with this other guy who seems really nice and everything, I could see him sort of sitting there. Like, he does really like the other girl, so I might, I'm willing to be wrong about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's something in that too. Like, I think she humbled him a bit. I think he knew that she wasn't going to take his crap, and so and the other girl, like I said, although she's really pretty and she's a nice girl, it looks like she's not taking his crap. But I kind of think that's got. It looks like, yeah. I kind of seen, because she wasn't really getting him told. They were making it seem like she was getting him told, but I don't think she really was. Because if she was getting him told, she would be like, why are you acting like such a dick? Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you actually trying to embarrass people and blah, blah. Whereas she was more kind of like, you're not getting your point across because you're not. And it's like, no, his point isn't even, he's just being nasty. Because sometimes people, I can always see through that. Sometimes, like, people can put across telling the truth, like being nasty is telling the truth. Because I'm very honest too, but again, my intention's never been nasty, and that's what we've seen him doing, and that's what I mean about you've got to be careful with that. Scorpio moon especially, you know what I mean? It's like, maybe he's got a Mercury in Scorpio or something as well, but he's certainly got a nasty tongue, anyway. He kind of redeemed himself, dark truth indeed. I'm owning up. While we've been apart, I've been learning who I am, and I really have changed, and I want you to know you can count on me to do the right thing, and I'm healing. I hate the silence between us as much as you do, but it's where I do my deepest healing. And then we've got, please don't pay attention to my moods. I allow my physical world to affect me more than it should. I get frustrated in my life and I know it needs to change. I'm working on this and I'm frustrated. And I've sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. So that does fit with some of the things I've said, and even the Love Island things too. Yeah, that's what I just said. Like, I do feel. And again, you just have to ignore these bits if you're not watching live at Love Island, because I do feel some people that lurking are. It's yeah, that's what I think I saw there. Is he sabotaged something? Because he sensed the girl was too strong in that way, which is terrible. It's like you want to have an equal partnership. You don't want to be controlling people like it's like right. So. The colours of the universe live within you, radiate their brilliance. New vision. Your view of the world is changing. Look beyond the illusion to see the most spectacular views. Yeah, so even with what I was saying there, I really do feel that. Like, somebody's changing and looking at things in a different way. And look, they're alchemising. So I think this is really going to speak to people that, like, you're maybe not proud of the way you've acted in the past. Look, as I picked up always partying, that's hilarious. I'm not using that deck. It was just sitting there like face down, what's the tea? Some of these are face down too. Be true to yourself. Yeah, this person has now been like alchemising the pain and being true to themselves. Once you understand the essence of everything is contained within all things become possible. I think I fucked up the words there, but whatever. So somebody might feel like they're going to fuck up their words, but they just need to talk. Emotional tapestry. Somebody could be getting into crystals. Now that's interesting because I actually did take through. I specifically took through a big bit of amethyst through my room that was in the living room, and I didn't know why. I don't question it. I just follow my intuition. And there you go, this basket has been guided to follow their intuition. Your emotions are a delicate tapestry of weaves growth and awareness and wisdom into your life, and especially trust their intuition when it comes to soul love. That's one of the only cards in this pack that are about love, along with the naked lovers. The soul is boundless in how it unites with love. Cosmic encounters, soul connections with a higher calling may be stirring. That's got the potential to be the thumbnail. Rules might be significant. Allow nothing to dim your light within and allow yourself to shine. And because I did pull some Divine Masculine cards, so a bit of a random one today, guys, but this is what it is. And then I'll get back to... Oh, wait a minute. I know you want to contact me, follow your heart and do it. And someone will mention me to you today. Yeah, I'll film the membership, New Earth weekly message tomorrow, and whatever I'm guided to do for here. And like I said, I'll see if I see you, basically. Do you know what I mean? I might post in the community tab whether I'm going to be able to or not, but I might just equally just show up. Or so if I don't show up at 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'll probably show up at night unless I didn't feel like it, but I'm sure that'll be the case, because it's just a case that I might be a bit rushed to get back just for some of the stuff I've got to do. when I wake up in the middle of the night, my mind instantly goes to you, wishing you were next to me. So you see how that fits with the whole holding somebody. Like, I feel this is really going on. This person, oh, sorry, I'm cutting the decks and I'm not actually, wait a minute, I'm looking at it and then I'm doing it too fast. Oh, look. Our astral sex is on fire, Kundalini lit. And we talk so much telepathically, it'll feel so natural when we're really here. Wow, those two coming out together are pretty cool. Will you be for Valentine's? So that could be a synchronicity. I know people's birthdays are that day. You are so loved so much, and I can't wait to show you. That's one of those ones that, is that innocently or is that in the shadow, the huge shadow? It hurts when you ghost me. It makes me feel like I'm nobody special when I know that's not true. Oh, how interesting. That's kind of in line with the message that's come through. Yeah, and that's what makes twin flame so special. When you are a real twin flame, you just know, like, you know, it's like I've said to mine many a time before, like, maybe not many a time, but I do remember specifically saying to him, you're talking shite, do you know what I mean? Like, but I accepted it too. Although I knew he was talking shit, I just accept it, because, you know. Because either if you don't accept it and you try to convince somebody that they feel other than how they're telling you they feel, then, you know, you're not focused on what you're meant to be doing, basically. Whether you're right or not is not the point. The person might not realise it. Or they might be hiding it, disguised. Some elements of this relationship are hidden. So I feel with me saying that and that coming out, yeah, two people were wearing a mask. I definitely know at different points that was the case with me and mine. When we were younger, we were both making out like, oh yeah, we'll just casually do this, there's no feelings involved, blah blah blah, and it was bullshit on both our sides. It was just I admitted it first to him, and I still haven't had him admitted it to me, basically, the way back, but definitely been key indicators of him feeling the same. As well as other people actually over the years telling me that he does feel the same. So as that card fell on the floor, but I don't need other people to tell me that. I know that, but you know what I'm saying? It did. I suppose it did. It was reassuring at the time. A gift from someone special might be coming your way from your best friend. Wow. So obviously this is definitely going to, and then look, disguised best friend. So somebody could have friend zoned you, but like I always say, that doesn't seem to be the case on my channel, because we didn't friend each other. We just went from being really close to whatever we were to not, like, to just, we just ignore each other. It was really rude, actually. We both looked like we were being really fucking rude to each other. But it was because of how intense we felt, and yeah, it was fucking weird though. Friendship is vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom. Yeah, but there's a very close friendship with the twins that are going to get this, where you just honour each other's freedom. Healthy space and room to breathe. So, I mean, that's an understatement if you've had, like, around about a decade or longer, or years, or you just understood this person because it's the other half of your soul. And there's going to be honest communication coming. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. Yeah, people are going to be reaching out for honest communication. Expect a call or a text from a person of interest. Remember, when I do this, although it's, look at what I'm saying, although it feels very like, oh, it's about to happen now, it's divine timing, a serendipitous event. So these things happen. This video will manifest for people when it's meant to. But just let go of the past. Clear energy to allow more love into your life. Yeah. Yeah, unexpected. Opposites attract. Twin flame union. And look what I was just saying about the moon conjunct Uranus right now. That's what could be real time for some people. These changes could be coming on. Like, this could be somebody unexpectedly realising their feelings and very quickly wanting to get in touch. They could have felt you were very, very different before, but now they get it. Or this could be somebody that's felt this way for a very long time and just didn't feel ready to face it. but now there's been a personal evolution within whatever you would class this as. And look what I just said. Isn't that amazing? Somebody was friend zoned, a lack of passion in this companionship. But again, that's why, you know, although that might resonate for some, maybe you were just, oh, actually, I couldn't think of some of you that is relevant, where they are like just your friend now in inverted commas. But it's not because there's a lack of passion, it's the intensity. As I pull that one. Your romance will transform your life. Natural evolution. There's a lot about natural evolution. You've had to let this play out. Look, let the situation unfold naturally. And then it's ending on that reaching out one again. Yeah, so whatever all the wee bits and bobs of this are going to mean to people, I think it's really about that card. What was the other one that I was thinking? That and that. Reaching out. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, like I said, that's what's come out, and it's just yeah, I'm not feeling like doing a video because I'm not feeling good. It's actually because I'm actually feeling really good and on the ball, and I can't be bothered. I just feel very detached. That's the best way to put it. I feel in a really exciting, healthy place of detachment where I'm noticing loads of amazing changes within myself, and I'm just focused on it. And in a way, it's like not in a way, in a big way. It's like what I've said before, because I have to talk about this every day. It pulls me back into the stream of it. But that's why I think I might be guided to film a few recorded ones all in a row, because it just, yeah, I think I definitely will do that. I'll find the time to do that tomorrow because it's too intense filming one of these every day and then also do a live stream. I think I'll just do these messages on the live stream. But let's face it, it actually doesn't matter. If I'm doing a live stream, I don't need to do one of these too. I'll work that out. I'm just sort of, yeah, choose a new direction. This is what it's about. I think this is the masculines that are, it might not be unexpected to they. Like, I feel the people that's going to make sense to, I feel this person's like always loved you and always wanted to circle back around you, but just maybe, yeah, just didn't believe it was possible, you know, because twin flames put each other on a pedestal. And really, in truth, you know, I've said this before, but it is true. There is a lot to do with, like, if there's still some stubborn bit of you that just doesn't believe that you can be that happy. Because I don't know about you, but when I think about how happy my soul and all of me will be waking up with him beside me, where we both understand what our connection is and where we're both totally being honest with each other, and just, you know, just these simple moments that loads of couples take for granted. Like, whenever I visualize that and I think about how happy that will make me, I almost want to shoot away. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I do, like, that actually makes me so I do get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is making me feel a bit emotional. It's like, so yeah, I don't know how happy you feel when you think about that moment, but that's what it does to me. So but all I know is the subconscious mind, when you keep feeding your subconscious mind and you keep believing in miracles, and you keep working on yourself, and you accept where the other person's saying they're at, even if you don't believe them, and you let them do their thing, and you just pour all that love into yourself, that's when miracles can happen. But it's actually always usually when you are fed up and you have to let it go. So that's why I'm saying it's like, and you know, it's the kind of, you know, and I don't know about you too, but that's something I was laughing about, is that, you know, I don't really meet too many other people that are like me in this way, that, like, rather than being flattered when other people are paying you attention in that way, like, I actually, it just kind of makes me feel weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I just, like, I don't want you, I want him. And that's the way I've felt the whole time. So can you imagine feeling like that as long as I've been on the journey? It's just like, I mean, I think I've told this story before, but I've told, like, some of these stories I'm telling you are a bit watered down, right? But there's one particular time I'm thinking of where I was being egged on to, like, basically, you know, get involved with this other, you know, with this other guy. And I was just like, I just want him. Do you know what I mean? And I was, because I was drunk too, I was like, where is he? I just want him. Do you know, it was just like that kind of, fucking hell, where is he? Like, do you know what I mean? He's the person I want to kiss, he's the person I want to fucking squeeze and please and all that kind of, and you know, my pal was like, well, he's not here, he's away out fucking doing what he wants to do and being himself, and you know, there, he's away fucking partying somewhere else, or he's not out the night, whatever it was, you know what I mean? And it was just, but even at that young age, because I was quite young, I was just like, this isn't fair, like, I'm meant to be with him. And you know, it's just when I think of the times when it's like I'm not going to say my arm is twisted into certain things, but it is that, you know, I don't blame anyone. You've got to take personal responsibility, but it's when you're in certain circumstances and say you're pals with someone and it's kind of like you be on your own, it's you know, it's interesting. Again, I never beat myself up about these things or that, because like I said, I wasn't in these circumstances too often, like I'm just too serious, but there was every now and again, and that memory just brought back to my mind. But it's quite interesting. Whoever I was around, like, people would always comment if people knew me and they knew him. People would say like, well, I've said before, I remember kissing this guy one night, and he was like, have you got a boyfriend? I was like, no, I've not got a fucking boyfriend. And actually, it was really annoying because I was really trying to get my twin flame out of my head, like, you know, more than ever at that point in my life. And he was like, I can feel you're not here, like, you know what I mean, you're definitely thinking about it. And I was like, and I wasn't, it's not like I was thinking about my twin, as you know what I mean, because again, I know that is a thing, but I'm no, like, you know, that is just no, put it in my head. But it was just always fascinated me that, like, you know, although this was just like a casual kind of like hooking up, it was like the person was like, nah, I can feel like you're just somewhere else, and it's like, fucking hell, mate, do you want to do this or not? Do you know what I mean? And so that's how strong it, you know what I mean? So that's how strong it's always been with me, that even like somebody that's like, you know, it's not, that's not like in a relationship or anything, that is just like casual kind of like, you're kissing somebody and they're like, oh, I can feel you're like, you know, it feels like you're with someone. It's just really weird. So I don't know why they're getting me to say that, but I feel they want me to say it. It's like his energy's just been like so present around me, even when I've not seen him for like years on end. Like, it's like very interesting. And like I said, whenever I did push myself into trying to like go towards somebody else, I ended up just, and depending on how far I've taken it, you know what I mean, it always just really upset me. Like, it like upset my soul, because I just didn't want to do it. So reconsider, yeah. And so that's really around the time when I stopped doing that. But I'm not doing that to myself. I can't help it that he's not awake and he doesn't get this. I get it, and I don't want to be fooling around with other people. Let go. I just have to let go of this. Meditation, yeah, go inwards and trust that that'll come around when it's meant to. I'll get over it. And I don't mean get over it as in getting over him, because it clearly hasn't happened. I'll recover from this romance, ask for help from others. Yeah, I feel within the next few months a lot is going to happen if you trust. Yes, the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And a year from now, if you follow your intuition and you ask your guides and angels and you believe in miracles, rainbow light codes, there's going to be a peaceful resolution. But you've got to remain positive and trust when it's not the right time. And sometimes when you just let go and it's not the right time now, it will be in the near future. It will be a success. The opportunity will arrive. It will be the perfect time. This is someone's story, by the way. For different bits, it'll be for different people. It will be the divine masculine, and the connection will be like, now's the perfect time for me to take action. Where I am right now is going to improve. And then I'll be like, I'm ready. God will give the go ahead. It's time to communicate. And then that can be when somebody reaches out. See how that all fits? Big happy changes. Forgiveness. No need to worry. Improving health. Some people are not well and they're awakening for the next few weeks. So somebody's health's going to be improving in the next few weeks. I can think of somebody watching. divine masculine that I've connected with it, that could make sense to you. Again, it'll make sense to a lot of divine masculine, female and males, but there was somebody popped in my head when I said that. So, anyway, although it got quite deep at certain points, and so deep that I'm like, oh god, I'm not going to want to put this out. Look what just fell on the floor when I said that. Harmony, the lovers. I will. I always end up putting it out. Let's get a wee New Earth message. Oh, actually, they're just guiding me to, I was going to pull these ones. Now these have got like kind of self-care, very Louise Hay kind of messages. What have we got? Oh, it's a big mixture actually. It's a bit of the psychic tarot as well. It's, oh, I've just pulled out one of them ones though. Sword of Assertion. That must be the Ace of Swords. That's the truth and clarity. So somebody's got the truth and the clarity, or they're bringing you the truth and the clarity, that they had a blocked heart chakra, so they missed an opportunity. Now in their hermit mode, rest and reconsideration. Now in hermit mode, while they've been resting and reconsidering, that word again. And that's, remember, that's what Mercury retrograde's about, which we're going to be in a week today actually. Yeah, because it's a week today, the 5th. This person's got a new vitality. Look, that's somebody that's balanced their chakras. They're looking at things very differently. 19th of August could be significant here, or the 1st of September, or the 9th of January. The 9th of January is my grandpa's birthday. Maybe my grandpa's coming in as well. Hyena. But look, 38, the old 38. This side looks very dark and gloomy. This side looks very light. It reminds me of old Earth, new Earth. The new Earth split. Somebody feels like that in the old Earth, and that when they tap in the new Earth energies. Although it's the other side, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's sick of daydreaming, fantasising about this. They're ready to make it reality. There's Ace of Swords again. Yeah, look. This is about a masculine coming forward, right? They've went through a huge transformation. They're offering their heart, right? See how the heart chakra was in reverse, and it's a green butterfly. They went through a transformation, but they are still quite guarded, because that guy's still got one hand over his heart. So just be aware of that if that is your masculine, or you already know that if that is you. Yeah, look, trust in reverse. You know, they might have broken your trust and they're aware that it's going to take time to build the trust there. Or they might themselves not be very trusting, but it feels like it's this person's got an awareness that they need to build the trust. Dreams, the collective good, illusions. Yeah, they're just saying that this masculine energy that's coming through, and I'm just being guided to the wee triquetra there being important. And look, 8th, and obviously we're a couple of days away from August here, so August is important. The Lionsgate portal. By the way, I did think, oh, that's funny, I'm like, by the way, very Scottish. There might be something about Scottish here, actually, me saying that. Yeah, I don't know if I will get guided to put on like an extra sort of Lionsgate portal thing. I'll need to look at what day it is. Yeah, I'll just feel into that. If I don't do an actual Zoom call, like a group one on offer, I might do like a distant healing or something. The High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, consideration. Again, yeah, it does feel like that. Like this person knows that you've had a huge amount of love and patience with that there. And that you've always just thought of them as your best friend, even when they weren't acting like it. And they're just, yeah, it's time to let go of anger or blame. They just hope that you're in that place of forgiveness. And the energy's balancing out. Look, this person wants to give equally where they didn't before. Because there's there's reflection, non-judgment. And now they're feeling the love. That's reminiscing about love of the past. It's reminiscing about your younger years, whether it be childhood or just when you were younger. Fond memories. All-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. That's so interesting. I watched a film at the weekend called Serenity, and the opening scene looked like what I imagined New Earth to be, because it was like I don't know, the film was a bit boring. I kind of, started to lose interest, but it was like about spaceships and shit like that. Oh, right, now I know why they're getting me to say this. I think I wrote it in my phone. Wait a minute, I'll find it on my phone. It's oh yeah, look, so I've just opened it up at it. So the film was called Serenity, and I didn't make that many notes because remember I could make it forever, but basically it was from 2005, so that could be significant. That's quite funny. I'd already known mine for a couple of years, but yeah, I think it was 2003 I met him, but that could be significant. Again, that year would be significant because that would be we'd already been in each other's lives, but new new Earth. Most right. So yeah, I put new Earth because it looked like New Earth, and I've put oh yeah, this was a bit more the dark stuff. Most of our best work is done when they're asleep. We can't monitor because we can monitor and oh wait a minute, I've put can't, but it's can because we can monitor and subject their subconscious. So look at how I spoke about how important the subconscious is right before you fall asleep, right? The light and the positive of it. And then this was in that film. I've wrote that down because that is how the dark influence your subconscious. So that's why it's like don't be falling asleep watching horror movies or, true crime or the horrible fucking things that happen in the world because you're just going to put more and more fear. Don't be ignorant either, but just be, wise about what you feed your mind. Um, and then there was a bit I've put here. She's a reader, might see trouble before it's coming. Yeah, because in that film, it's like there's a wee girl that's really psychic, and then they basically kidnap her and do stuff to her brain and all of that. And yeah, but it's meant to be in that type that they can see that people that are seer are actually very gifted and they can see what's coming. A bit like when I said Black Swan event when I saw a black swan on the Twin Flame card, not even realising what a Black Swan event was, and then it happened. The world's computer shut down 3 days later. That's being a seer. That's why if I keep doing shit like that more and more with world stuff, not meaning to, yes, this channel might become a little bit more than about twin flames, but just now, twin flames, because it's always been that way. My one regret is never being with you. Oh yeah, so that's what basically in that film. That's what the guy said was. I don't know why I say it in that film when I'm talking about the film. I just can't stop myself from saying it, but I think it's just because when I'm repeating these things out of the films, it does feel like things that could be said to you in a twin flame connection. But I really don't know why I say that. But yeah, my one big regret is never being with you. That's what the guy said to the psychic girl that was now an adult. And then actually when I just sort of when I was fiddling about my phone, I looked up at the telly to see a bit where the film was ending. And because he said that his one regret was never being with her, and he was like basically looked like he was dying, and then at that point you didn't know whether he was alive or not. She's like, they're trying to fight the enemy, and she's like, well, damn it, I'm going to live then, because she's like, if it means I'm going to be with you, I'm going to keep fighting, and I'm going to live. So it was quite funny. I thought that's like a determined divine feminine energy. And then yeah, you saw it ending, and they were like, getting it on a bit, looking a bit naked. So that was that one. You can watch it if you want, but I found it a bit boring. But it was just more interesting the way it started. It was like about a different civilization and all that. But then I watched a really shitty film where it was Meg Ryan and the guy at the X Files, David Duchovny or something. And oh my god, it was just like absolute cringe and cheese, right? But I couldn't like it was just. I think it was like late. I think I was watching it like 2 or 3 in the morning or something. I couldn't sleep, and I thought it should have been something I liked, but I just found it really cringe. But I got the messages I was meant to, and it's called What Happens After, and that only came out last year. But again, the bit that's basically it was meant to be like they're meant to be meeting in their 60s, and he's like married to be like an older daughter or something, and she's I don't know whether she's meant to have married or she didn't or something like that, but whatever it is, it's like what was kind of interesting was it did feel like twin flames soulmates because it's like she's saying, we're opposite. Actually, it's a lot like what I've just said in here. So they see how they always remind me of one of the films I've watched at the perfect time because I just put it in my phone and I forgot, and then they've reminded me. But I feel that's about if you're the divine masculine or if it's your masculine, they will be guided back to you in divine time because that she was saying like we're so different, but it just worked. We balanced each other out, right? Which is what usually the divine feminine can always see. is that you're different, but you balance each other out. And the masculine usually can't see it; they're seeing the problem while you're seeing the solution. Until they start to balance, and then they're like, oh yeah. And that's what happened in that. Like he was like, we're arguing right now. We'd argue then. It's just like, and that yeah, there was quite poignant bits in it, and I think I wrote them down, but it's like what I gathered. It's like a little bit like Twin Flames mixed up, because it's like Twin Flames mixed up because, like a lot of the films of Channel, it's like he was the one that was the feminine, because he was like, we split up because you were basically saying that one person wasn't enough. And remember, what's quite interesting is that was actually said to me, not by my twin flame. I mean, he didn't actually need to fucking spell it out. His actions said it. But this was said to me by my karmic partner, that one girl isn't enough. And although I appreciated the honesty at the time, it was not nice to hear. It broke my heart, and really sort of put me off trusting men, basically. But which obviously I worked on, because now I'm a lot older. But like, it doesn't matter that I'm older. It more matters that I worked on it, because I know plenty of people that are even older than me that never worked on these things and stuff. But yeah, she wasn't wanting to settle down, and he wanted to just settle down and be with her only. So that feels like, when a feminine just wants to be with the masculine wants to be always partying. And but then there's quite an interesting bit when they're getting really honest, because basically they're locked in an airport, they get snowed in or some shit like that, and it's meant to be a bit mystical, because it's meant to be like everybody else in the airport just disappears, and the guy over the tannoy is talking directly to them, so it's like God speaking. It's weird. It's a bit weird. I think it was directed by Meg Ryan. It's like she's went for a bit of a serendipity slash Sleepless in Seattle slash, I don't know, some other kind of film that's like that. But yeah, when they get really honest, he's like, look, just be honest with me. How many men were there? Like, how many other people did you go with? And I think he was meaning like while we were married, and she was like, none. And he was like, what? Because she'd said that I think she must have said she'd wanted to, that to be a thing, and then he just maybe didn't ask how many. And then and I think that's what he was meaning, was like he eventually had to break up, because he was like, I can't handle this, I don't want to be one of many. But then that's what she was saying, was actually, I never done it. So she was full of shit, you know what I mean? It was fear talking. So it was quite an interesting when I got that, because it's like, I don't know how relevant that's going to be to some of you out there, but it could be something like that, that it's like that you think this person's like been way more promiscuous and partying, like, again, some of us, like some of you, that it is that way for a fact, probably because you just know. But I think it's like, so whether that's about a masculine, or it feels more like a feminine, maybe, like, that maybe the masculine has thought the feminine has been always partying and more promiscuous, and maybe that isn't the case. Like, I don't mind saying that's definitely the case with me. Like, it's not as if I've been a fucking angel the whole time, and like, oh, when my twin flame didn't want to be with me, I've been celibate for like fucking 14. No, like, not at all. Like I said, I have slept with other people and all of that over the years, but it was always, my heart was never in it, and it always made me not feel very good, and so I didn't do as much. You know what I mean? So it could be something like that, where, like, maybe, for instance, like, maybe my twin flame hadn't realised that until he heard me saying it here, like, fuck knows. But whatever, that kind of stood out, because then he was quite gutted. He was like, so you could see he was thinking, so basically I've split up with you, and you weren't even doing that. Like, why did you ask me to do that, and then you didn't even do it? Like, she was just making out like she was. Weird. But this can be the mask sometimes people wear. Or somebody did do it, but they didn't want to, That can be a thing too, that someone was wearing the mask of being a party animal. They were actually partying, they were actually promiscuous, but they actually didn't, feel good about it ever. And just run away from feelings. So it could something to do with this. But anyway, so here's the wee quotes. Never did I, so this is what he said to her. Never again did anyone ever make me feel the way that you do. So that's definitely a message for some of the feminines. And then he says to his older daughter when the daughter phones, because there's something about, it's quite funny actually, he's saying like, well, she can't really dance, but she's wanting to dance or something, like, professionally. And then I think she says something to him about, you know, because she's quite a free spirit, and she's talking about chakras throughout the whole film too, which again, yeah, was quite funny because that will be like quite a lot of feminines. And then he's like, at one point, he's like, she talked about the fifth chakra, and he's like, how about the fuck you chakra? And actually, I was like, oh, that's correct actually, because that would be your throat chakra. So saying fuck you actually could clear the throat chakra if it was needed. But yeah, just dance. Have fun, don't worry about anything, just dance. That's what he says when the teenage daughter calls up. Like, basically, you knew it was an analogy for him saying, like, don't be so serious. Like, and he's kind of saying, like, who cares if she can? You know what I mean? Just let her do what she wants to do. So it's about being less controlling. And then why have I wrote just try on the note? Right, oh yeah, I think there's something about, there was a whole other story going on about, like, she had a daughter that she gave up for adoption, and then she was meeting the daughter later on, so that could be meaningful to someone too. But she was bottling it and wanting to run away, and so he was like, you know, I know that look, you're about to run away, you know, you better get the plane and see your daughter. And so he writes on a note, you know, just try. So it's basically getting across that they encourage each other. Like, she encouraged him to encourage his daughter and not be so serious about it. Like, don't go telling her she can't dance. Let her fucking do what she wants to do, kind of thing. Whatever it is. That was dance in the film, but this could be an analogy for something. And then he balances her out by saying, like, you can do it, you know, just try. Like, you know, just don't give up, kind of thing. So that's what I mean about it. Feels more like he's the feminine and she's the masculine, which happens a lot when So anyway, both these films were shite, guys. I'm not even gonna... That's quite funny, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm definitely not gonna watch these films again. They were absolute fucking shite, but nice wee messages. The main thing I got from that was I thought it was funny that two films back to back that I'd watched in the same night was one guy saying my biggest regret is not choosing you, basically. And then in the next film, the guy's saying basically the same thing, like, I never found anyone else like you. So, because I'm absolutely in love with you, look how that just worked. Wow. And I'm a very jealous person. And you would be if you're absolutely in love with somebody, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to see it. I mean, that's what it is. Why I'm like, you know, if ever I've known that, like, I just basically, yeah, I don't want to see it. Whether it's online, in person, it's like, if ever the universe has very cruelly put me in the same place as mine while he's, like, partying and got girls around him or something, or, you know, back in the day kind of thing, it's, I was out of there. Or I wasn't looking, basically. Know yourself. Yeah, because I know myself. And I know I'm very sensitive. And also I know it would trigger me. Meditate. Who am I? The veil is lifting, opening. And also know yourself as the Oracle of Delphi, which I'm very connected to. Blue-ray being, that's also my energy too. So again, I might be directly speaking to my other Blue-ray beings, direct divine expression, bridge between dimensions. Don't you see that? This might be a message that's speaking totally to the Blu-rays. Liminal space, new energies, trust, time of growth. Stabilisation, physical integration, mental clearing. Fire of transformation, and we're in a fire season. Radical purification, violet flame. Oh God, and that is also what I work with. Surrender and resurrection. It was the phoenix, and yeah, synchronicity. And then, yeah, that's what that last film was all about. She's basically saying to him, open your eyes to the magic. And he's like, fuck off with the magic. And then he does open his eyes to the magic. And he's even on board with the chakras, which could be like a lot of the cards that came through. Opportunities and divine timing, open to change, divine outcomes. Divine outcomes. That feels fitting with that film. Breathe the sun, presence, pineal activation, relax and let go. But I've said that a few times, you know, spiritual mentoring, equality, stability, wisdom, experience and counsels. That's what it felt like a lot of the elders. And think about it. Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer were older when they died. It does feel like there was a lot of, and my nana, you know, feels like there was a lot of elder energy coming in to channel this star connection. Guidance from the stars, galactic self, unified field. Shine your light, that's what Leo season's all about, baby. Wise action, space for grace, Kuan Yin, and look at that. That always happens. The card about love, when there's only two that I consider the lovey cards, the Mary Magdalene and Jesus one, and that dolphin one. So we started with the dolphin magic and we're ending with the dolphin magic, and dolphins remind me of New Earth. Let go of fear and jump into love. Let go beyond attachments. And that's really what I got from those two wee bits that stood out in both those shitty films, basically, was the guy in the first film hadn't chose her through fear. And probably, I don't know, I can't remember what the deal was or why he didn't. And in the second one, I suppose it was her fear. She was pushing away him. She was self-sabotaging, you know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it on that note. So, yeah. Oh, no, I'm not. They're pulling me to shuffle these. What do we need to know? I've saw chemistry. I've saw Cupid. True love. Right. Okay, I think we can end it now. Boundaries is there too. Having sensible boundaries is important. True love. True love comes when you least expect it. So just let